much for coming today. So obviously today, the purpose of today's meeting is to talk about Erin's annual IEP. We'll review her present levels and her academic performance, which include her assessment results, her strengths and her weaknesses in the classroom, any concerns of the teachers present here today, and some services and some placement options and some accommodations that we're going to make for her this year so she can have the best year possible, transitioning into her senior year and then college eventually. So obviously you guys know me. I've been here with Erin for the past 3 years. I'm Miss Clark, the principal, and we're going to go around and introduce ourselves once again so we're all familiar with each other.
I'll start us off. So, hello everyone, my name is Miss Anderson and I'm the school psychologist here.
And I'm Miss Smith, Erin's science teacher.
And I'm Miss Johnson and I'm the special education teacher.
And then I'm Greta, Erin's mom.
I'm John, Erin's dad.
And then obviously Erin. So Erin, today this meeting is about you. You're old enough to actually intervene now. So if you have anything you want to say, any concerns, like this is all about you and your education and your year. So we want you to have the best possible year. So anytime you want to say anything, anything that you feel is necessary that we need to know, please intervene. Also, we have the draft of your IEP here, and we're going to make changes on any material that we see necessary. So let's begin discussing Erin's strengths and weaknesses that we as faculty have seen throughout the past couple months. So first, obviously 16 years old now, junior in high school. Still some speech and language delay in the classroom, yes. Impulsive and difficulty staying on task. And then difficulty coping with class expectations and routine changes, yes? Still applicable? Okay. But we do still have the wonderful, vivid imagination of Erin. Artistic, yes? Still? Okay. And a visual learner, yes?
Yes, we've learned in the science lab, Erin is very hands-on and it helps her learn better.
Okay, awesome. But we do see some needs, yes, to reduce some disruptive behavior. We do still have that. And we need to increase your attention span. Yeah, okay. And then increase your task completion and improve some social skills. So lacking on that aspect. Kind of. Just, yeah, a little bit. All right. Well, we are going to discuss some objectives and some ways that we're going to increase your attention span, increase your attention in group activities, because those are going to become more prevalent in your junior year and then in your senior year as well, and then increasing the following of classroom rules so we can improve your task completion, and then increase performance on subject assessment. But we see that you're doing really well in science, so that's good. First, let's talk to Ms. Smith and Ms. Johnson.
I guess I would just like to start off with saying that I don't think Erin needs to be put in special education classroom. She's been more than fine in a general classroom, and of course, if she needs any more accommodations in that environment, we can more than willingly give that to her.
Yes, I strongly agree with her. And back to what she was saying about how Erin is doing good in science. She is, and she's a pleasure to have in class. She's very artistic and can learn very well when she sees things visually. Erin struggles to pay attention in class and doesn't handle changes to the class routine very well. And sometimes she can be a distraction, but you're doing very well.
Alright, so I also took a couple tests last month with Erin to assess some of her intellectual abilities. I had her take the Woodcock-Johnson test just to see how well she was doing. Her scores were pretty average compared to her peers, and she did demonstrate a significant unusual processing weakness in the areas of verbal compensation knowledge, and would be this would be the information she's gained from her environment and language-based processing skills.
Okay, she's also been going to speech therapy, and we've been working on some of her target goals on her old IEP. The first one was following multi-step directions, so usually we do tasks that involve some visual information so that she can understand directions better. Also, she's very impulsive, so when she's responding, she's just quickly reacting without taking time to process that information and really make a logical conclusion. And you probably see that in the classroom. When you say something to her, and on the first time we say it, she doesn't seem to really retain all that information.
Okay, so after hearing that, I think that we do still need to focus on Erin's verbal comprehension and her language processing skills in the classroom. I want to let you guys know that you have the right to fully participate in this meeting and feel free to ask any questions. I don't know if you guys are thinking of sending her down a specific path, whether that be job or really reinforcing college. Junior year is a perfect time to really apply and start looking. So that's something that you guys need to be involved in. If you guys have any concerns or have any specific objectives yourselves, I don't know if that is anything that you guys have, but with that being said, do either of you have any specific concerns?
So when it comes to reading and asking the same questions and whatnot, I'm seeing the same things as far as a speech, and we help her correct it right away, but we're definitely seeing some of those things you guys are mentioning. And she enjoys some of the things that you guys were talking about, especially like the science. She really talks about you a lot, Miss Smith. She really loves science and likes to be able to explore. She likes those things and the same kind of topics in reading that you guys are mentioning, so I'm not really seeing any difference. You guys are all saying the same things we see.
That's great. I'm glad we're all on the same page.
I would also like to mention that I've really been looking at Erin starting a job in the family food truck business. I think she really needs that so she can take it over when the time comes.
Erin has too many other things that she needs to be worrying about other than a job right now. She needs to focus on her schoolwork. And who is even to say she should take over the business? I think Erin should start applying into colleges before she decides to settle on working somewhere like that.
All right. Well, I understand that both of you have concerns and some ideas of what Erin should be doing to prepare for her future. What are your opinions, Erin?
Well, my mom is really right about my interests. I do love science and exploring, but I really want to be able to have a job like all of my friends have and do have one. And it seems fun, and I want to really be able to like build my resume as I get older too.
I do think a job would look good on her resume, so I think that Erin should probably work for her father. And then if that's not what you want to do, Erin, like a job at Menards in the Garden Center, if you love science so much, or even the Children's Science Museum in your hometown, like I think that would be a great idea. How does that sound?
Sounds great to me.
I do think that sounds good. I would just like to make sure she keeps her options open for the future.
All right, so last we're going to talk about some goals and accommodations that we're going to make for you this year to make sure that you have the best year possible. We've made some realistic and relevant goals that are applicable to this year and next year, going into your senior year as well. We've discussed that John wants Erin to eventually take over the family food truck business. And we've also discussed that that might not be the right fit for you yet. So maybe, like we said, Menards or the Science Museum. We discussed that Greta wants you to focus on your schoolwork, applying and going to college, whether that be 2-year, 4-year. Keeping your options open, and working on your communication skills, which we also discussed would be helpful when it comes to a job. So we're going to focus on your communication skills here in the school, and then eventually you'll be able to apply them to a job, whether that be a month from now, 2 months from now, or even over the summer going into your senior year?
All right, so we've already discussed Erin's strengths and weaknesses. So I think after looking at all these, we know that Erin does learn very well visually. So I think in the classroom we probably should allow her to do more hands-on activities. That's just the way that she will learn best. Even if she has to do separate activities that the other students aren't doing, I think that would be very beneficial to her. So I think a goal that we'd really like to see be accomplished by the end of this school year is that Erin will be able to accept the changes of routine in the classroom. You know, during the school year she kind of struggles just not getting adjusted to the changes in the classroom. So I really think it would be really good for her to become accustomed to the changes, and that we will work with her on that so that she does demonstrate appropriate behaviors in the classroom and that she is not a distraction to the other students.
Along with working on those goals, I think we can help Erin with learning how to cooperate in a small group setting with her peers, and learn how to be social and on the social aspect of things, because she sometimes gets off topic and gets out of hand and won't help them when she should.
Okay, so I think our last goal for Erin should be improving her communication skills and her interactions with others. I think that if we can get her involved in a job, that'll definitely help improve those skills.
Okay, and I know it's been previously brought up about accommodating Erin in the general ed classroom. So some of those are just take notes and be able to record them. So if she misses information, she can go back and listen and write. Work or take a test in a different setting, such as a quiet room with fewer distractions.
Some other accommodations that I've discussed with our teachers would be to sit where you learn best, whether that be on top of a desk, in a chair, on the floor. It doesn't matter. Wherever you learn best, we're going to let you do that. We're going to let you take more time to complete a task or a test. So whether that be you're in the library and the class has a half an hour, you will get 40 minutes. Like stuff like that, little things like that. You'll have extra time to process oral information if you don't have a hard copy available. So if Miss Smith here is teaching and you need an extra couple minutes to just like process everything and write it down, she'll pause, give you some extra time, and give the students other tasks to complete while you're doing that. We'll take more time, let you take more time to complete a project. So if your class has 1 week, you'll have a week and a half. So you have that extra time because you have trouble focusing. We're trying to improve that, but we're also not trying to overwhelm you. And then we'll check in after school with your teachers twice a week to make sure you're understanding the material, and if you're not, they'll arrange time after school, about a half an hour, to accommodate and then help you learn and understand the material better, and then if you have any questions on the material as well. So does anyone have any questions or concerns? No? Erin? No?
I think we discussed it all.
Okay. Well, I'm going to briefly recap what we've discussed here today. So I wrote a couple notes down. If there's no other changes, we'll just discuss. Alright, so we are trying to develop ways for you to increase your attention span. We're going to work with you to improve your social skills. That's going to be our main objective of this year, so that way in a month or two you can get a job, or even over the summer, and try to figure out what path you want to go down, whether that be take over the food business right away, whether that be go to 2 years of college, like community college here, and then you can also maybe intern with your dad and then slowly move into the business, or whether that be going away to school, and that will ultimately help you improve your social skills because you won't be here and you won't be maybe in clothes. I don't know. That's what's going to help you best. So we'll see over the year, how these accommodations help you. Alright, so if there are no other changes, I think that's all we have for you guys for today. So if you guys agree, go ahead and sign these papers. Do you guys agree?
We agree.
That's a definite first.
Alright. Awesome. Okay, I think that concludes our meeting. Thank you guys for coming, and I'll see you guys soon. Have a great weekend.
You too. It was nice seeing you again. John. Nice seeing you again.
Maybe work at Menards in the plant.
As long as okay, redo that one. I didn't read it in advance. Help your fucking A to
Wait, okay, so
I already know. And just do this. Cut
Take 1,000.
with
I just can't.
no, last one. I got it. I got it.